Happy Friday. Welcome back. Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm giving you a minute to catch up with the signal here. Happy Friday, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome back. Happy Friday. My drink is on its way. I hope you are already enjoying a cocktail on cocktail night. If you are new to the show, this is our Friday night cocktail night. Lots of paperwork, lots of news. We're struggling with the set a lot tonight. I've got my camera in one place. Jay had to block out the windows because there's light coming in now with daylight savings time. Cheers, my dears. With it being lighter, more often we were getting blasted with light. So we've just been doing massive damage control. Not me so much as him. But happy Friday, everybody. I hope our color is going to be good for all this. I am all set to run a nice evening of bingo. So cheers, my dears. Let's see who's here. Mom, you made it back for cocktail night. That is great. We were just together a little while ago, so it's really, really glad that you made it back in time. Catherine, happy Friday. Welcome back to cocktail night. Cynthia, happy Friday. Kira and Janice, happy Friday. Sheila, Christine, Chrissy, cheers, my dears. Chrissy, I owe you an email. Sorry, Robin and Patricia, happy Friday. Great to see you. Ralda, happy Friday. Your first time at bingo night, right? Oh, how funny. It is a lively night tonight. And Robin, Patricia, Ralda, Chrissy, Linda, happy Friday. Good to see you. We had such a fun Zoom yesterday. We did a lot of chatting for a while. I was struggling after getting that second vaccination, getting the second Pfizer shot. It got me down for like just a few hours, but they happened to be the hours that kind of eclipsed the Zoom call, our weekly Zoom call. So it was actually a really lively call. It got me through those rough hours. Christine, Linda, Kirsten. Yes, thank you so much, Kirsten. I tried to pin the bingo event at the top of our page, which is a Facebook page, Rug Cooking and Punch Needle Club. So hopefully it's posted up there. Martini for you, Mom. Cheers, my dears. Well, happy Friday, everybody. One sip and then I'll get started. So just want to give you some news before we start our bingo night. I meant to wear my Swatch watches from the 80s. Hey, Joy, cheers. To remind me that the new Swatch set is out. So we had our March Swatch set it came out with the mystery pattern last month, and this month, got to make sure the camera is facing it right. This is based on the yarn set, the 2-ply and the 3-ply yarns I just put out called Farmer's Market. So this is based on Farmer's Market. This will be this color combo, 26 colors, each about almost 4 inches by 14 inches, 26 swatches. So one of each color. That's coming out with a mystery pattern on fiber tape for you to transfer yourselves. So that I think is available in the store. If it's not, I'll check it right after I get off this bingo night. Carol, happy Friday. Linda, happy Friday. Good to see you. We had such a nice afternoon, me and my mom. I don't know if Anthony's on, but we have not gone to our favorite restaurant in Orange, Connecticut for over a year because of 2020. We've been staying in and keeping it pretty close to home and being real careful people. And hey, Sheila. Oh, thanks. But today was the first day we went out to our favorite restaurant where we used to go every week, every single week, to see Anthony, who is our favorite guy. He works there. We just love him so much. Hey, Sharon. And so we went today, and I almost cried when I saw him because it's been so long, and I just forgot how long it's been. It's so hard this time. All of our normal patterns interrupted, disturbed, put on hold. It was just, yeah, it was like a flood of emotion. It was so, so, so nice. Really nice thing to do on Friday. Wendy, hello. Oh, that's okay. You can still play along. And Elaine, you love the swatches. Happy bingo night, Elaine. So I think there are I forgot to do a total tally because I know that people were buying cards right before the show. I think we're in the low, maybe 70s. But whoever wins, we're doing the same formula tonight, which is 60 calls and 12 cards. So for the last 2 shows that I have done that winning formula, we have had 1 card win each time. Not 1 person, but 1 card. And that's worked out really well because it's a bigger win for those who win. Good luck to everybody. So let me take one more little sip. Happy Friday, everybody. Good luck, everybody. Kira, please say thank you to Kira on the thread. If Kira had not helped me with this bingo night, I would not have been able to do it. I've been an emotional wreck this week, like right on the edge of a breakdown, like an Irma Bombeck special. Kira jumped in and did like the entire bingo game for me, and she even chose the theme, which is rugs with words. So hooked rugs and punched rugs with words and text on them. And it's remarkable the scope of rugs that fit that sort of criteria. Kira, thank you so much. Without that, we would be pushing bingo off to another week. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let me get our you-know-what into the picture. There we go. There we go. So, shall we say it now? Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, everybody. If this is your first time playing, I will spin the wheel. I'll make the call. Oh, I need my scissors. Hang on. I will make the call. I'll read you my commentary, just a little bit for each one. Oh, I'm glad it was fun, Kira. And then I will watch the bingo really closely, Sheila, I promise. And when somebody wins, I will let you know what card it is. And again, it should be one card. So here we go. Maiden turn. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Kira is a great friend. All right, let's see what we've got. It looks like this one here. First call, number 42. Number 42. Let me find 42 while you look on your cards for 42. I know some of you are playing multiple cards. So 42 looks like this. It's a Hutchinson rug. Hey, Lily. Yeah, I will let you know if you have a card that wins. I will know that because I know what cards went to which person. I know, number one got sent to this person. So if your card wins, I will always let you know right after the show. So first call is this beautiful Hutchinson rug that says, "Ah me, 'tis spring, the flowers bloom, the birds do sing, but I am human. Soon I must gather wood for our colder winter weather." Really sweet, typical Hutchinson rug, right? So number 42, this rug came from the Fisher Heritage Gallery. That's where this image came from. Again, thank you, Kira. Kira put together this whole spreadsheet. It's a rare vintage Hutchinson motto rug. And I have to say, most of the Hutchinson rugs don't go by title. They go by the text on them. And if you remember, we have done several coffee times where we talk about James and Mercedes Hutchinson and the huge impact in the 20s, 30s, 40s of their rugs. These rugs with text with very unusual subjects like eloping, divorce, in-laws, unexpected subjects at that time. They all have kind of a cutting joke in them. But I also want to mention that Janet Connor, on her beautiful website, she does reproduce a lot of these Hutchinson rugs, so you are able to hook a lot of them these days, too. I miss you, too. Oh, they can't be gone already. I have to change the number. I'll make sure that the swatch sets are in stock because I just dyed them yesterday. All right, let's see. Where'd my scissors go? Next call, number 26. 26. Let me get there while you get there. And you have that free spot in the middle, same as always. So mark out the middle as a free spot. I also have to say, if you are playing for the first time, Ralda, whoever's playing for the first time, we play Blackout tonight. If we didn't play Blackout and we were just going for bingo, then someone would win in 10 minutes. But we are playing Blackout tonight. So that means you can cross off your center spot, and then you have to cover the whole card. You have to cross out every one. Every call has to be there. So it's not traditional bingo. It's Blackout bingo. So number 26 looks like this. Yeah, no, they'll be there, and I'll dye some more. They're going to be available all month. Hey, Kira. So this one says, "Here's to song." Yes, I'm always happy to help procrastinate. If you ever want to help me with a project, great. Anybody. In fact, I keep forgetting to say, I forgot to say at Coffee Time, I'm going to be putting the call out at Coffee Time and on our Facebook page. I'm going to start doing prototypes of hooked rugs, punch rugs, and latch rugs. And I'm going to be giving this shout out to people who might want to hook something. I would make you a kit for free, send it to you, you make it. I would give you a prepaid address thing to send it back to me to photograph, and then I would send it back to you to keep. So basically a free kit. I need a lot of stuff hooked and made as prototypes, and I just don't have the time. So if anybody's looking for projects to do and you don't have a ton of extra money to spend, just send me an email and I'll tell you what projects I could use hooked, and I'll send you the whole thing, okay? So that's something else that's coming up. But for now, number 26, Here's to Song. This is a really unusual rug, right? Here's to Song. It's hand-dyed, hand-cut linen, designed and hooked by Debbie Ballard, International Falls, Minnesota in 2013. And the photo is courtesy of Clausen Framing and Gallery. It says, most of the time, you're happy when you can spare an hour or two to hook, but once in a while, you feel that you would like to rekindle that creative spark that seems to have flickered out somewhere along the way. You take workshops and go to your regular group get-togethers, but you feel like you're just pulling up loops and filling in spaces. You're doing the same kinds of things over and over and over again, and there's a little spirit inside of you who wants to make something real. There's a little spirit inside of you who wants to make something really amazing, something that has you sitting up at your frame with your morning coffee and burning the midnight oil. How do you fan that flickering frame and get out of the creative rut? For me, it's all about hooking something that is meaningful to me or to someone who is important in my life. Managed in steps, creating your own designs is nowhere near as hard as you think. In fact, with the tools available today, you can just create stuff about anything and be quite happy with the result. So that's Debbie Ballard. That's really nice. So she's obviously very interested also in musical. Here's to Song. That is a really different rug. You know, it's so difficult to hook text in rugs, and I know that you know this. And I know you probably already know that the key to doing it, at least with hooking, not so much punching, but with hooking, is to hook it in as a placeholder with a cut that's much thicker than the end cut, just as a placeholder. Then you hook around it, then you pull out the words, and then you rehook it in the normal cut, which is more narrow. And then it's not crowded, it's not bumped in, it's not sort of mutated by what's around it. It's the key to hooking something really neatly on a rug. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right, let's see. This is the thumbnail. Number 12. Next call, number 12. It looks like this. This is the rug that I used as the thumbnail for today. She Who Laughs. I thought this one was just, oh, hey, Caprice. No, it's not sold out. I'll just have to change the quantity. It might have, but it's unlimited available. I just died yesterday, so I have tons and tons. I'll have to check that. But look again at either later tonight or first thing this morning, because they'll be there all month, I promise. I have tons. So She Who Laughs, number 12. So this is from, this is a great page that I found because Kira found this rug, Shady Hill Hooking Group in Florida. And their website is actually Shady Hill Hooking Group. There were a lot of rugs that were kind of comedy humor rugs, and a lot of rugs that had text on them. And they were a lot of designs that I had not seen before. They were super charming, super different. Shady Hill in Florida. So if you don't know this group, check out their website. It is really, really, you like that, Linda? It is really, really nice. One of those great finds. So next call. Next call, number 14. Now this is nice. I've seen this beautiful rug. Let me bring it into focus. Sorry. Oh boy, here we go. Look at that. This is one of these great, this is called 40 Shades of Brown, done after a postcard, a sepia postcard, of course, St. Agnes by the Sea. Number 3 cut on linen, really exceptional, difficult, high difficulty rug, adapted from an old photograph of a church in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, designed and hooked by John Flournoy in Lewes, Delaware in 2008. He wrote, years ago, as a brand new hooker, I came across the image of John Flournoy's, oh no, this is the person who's writing, this is a Pinterest page. I came across the image of John Flournoy's St. Agnes by the Sea. It's an award-winning rug. You've probably seen it published, and I've seen it on sites, and it's referred to often because it really is like the tippity top of its genre here. Adapted from a sepia postcard of a stately old church in Rehoboth Beach. It includes the 1911 postmark and the hand-scrawled invitation, come down and get a little sea breeze. I've never forgotten that quietly striking rug. Perhaps no style of rug hooking conveys a greater sense of nostalgia or historic significance that which mimics sepia photography. I think that's probably true. And indeed, the word sepia comes from the Greek word that means cuttlefish, which is like a mollusk, like a shelled sea thing that secretes a dark brown ink. So that's the history of that word, which I thought was interesting. In early photography, a gold toning bath would cause a brown tint to occur in photos, and eventually it faded into like a red color. Interesting. But this is just an exceptional piece. And I think I've probably said this in past episodes, but the reason why with these old photographs you so often see writing on the front where the image is and not on the back is because in those days, if you didn't write on the body of the card, meaning the back of the card, the big empty space, then you were charged less. You could write on the image because the image was already there. So a lot of people would save a little bit of money and write right over the picture on an old photograph and leave the back blank because they would be charged a lot less. I always thought that was really interesting because if you look at old postcards at flea markets, you see that all the time. All right, next call. I think we're coming up here. Number 35. 35. This is what number 35 looks like. Really different, huh? Like really sort of reminiscent of a quilt design, I think. But that is number 35, Girl with a Curl. It says self-portrait by, I wonder if, self-portrait by Tracy Jamar. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very, very good, and when she was bad, she was horrid. I was wondering, I hadn't read that yet. I was wondering if it was going to be okay or if there was going to be some terrible twist that I was going to read live. But it is the actual little saying. So cute. So Tracy Jamar, 2002 wool, cotton, synthetic fabric. I know we've talked about Tracy Jamar, talking about British artists and rag rugs. I don't remember if she is a British artist, but I remember she was in that rag rug book that we talked about for a few days. And I think she was the same person that did those hats, those round hats. Am I thinking of the right person? Because I know a lot of you sent me links to that. And there was a Facebook group, D, if you remember. I think that was Tracy Jamar, but she was really remarkable work. A lot of fiber art, not just hooking. Wool, cotton, synthetic fabric, yarn, beads, buttons, embellishments, hand hooked on monk's cloth. And her website is www.tracyjamar.com. Simple as that. So lots of beautiful fiber art stuff on there. I know that we've talked about her before. Pretty sure that's who we're talking about. Christine said, my mom used to tell me that when I was bad, when you were bad, you were very, very bad. Yeah, I remember my dad used to say that. My sister had curls. I don't think I ever did. Maybe for 5 seconds. But my dad used to say that too back in the day. That was one of the many. Oh, hey, Becky. You were here first time, Becky. Welcome. We're having our bingo night. We're playing Blackout if you have a card. If not, it's just a commentary night. But looking at lots of rugs, so it should be fun either way. All right. I think we're going for this one. Next call, number 7. Number 7. This is a funny one. Portrait of Sir Francis Bacon. Thanks. Get it? Portrait, because it's a pig dressed as Sir Francis Bacon. Pretty cute, huh? And it's called Sir Francis Bacon. Sunny Andress, this is a play on words for one of the NKAG Gallery's shows some years ago, she said. I hope Sir Francis would enjoy his portrait. It never ends, right? You can keep going with this for a long time, and it's funny every time. As a rather handsome pig. And she's in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Beautiful, beautiful town. I ended up looking at Sunny's. It's Sunnie, Andress, Andres. I'm looking at her Pinterest page, and I actually wrote to her, and she wrote back. I haven't had a time to return it yet, in case you're watching. But she said she doesn't sell patterns. She does patterns for herself. Things that are important, images and memories for herself, for her family, for her friends. So there's no sort of selling page to refer you to, but certainly go to her Pinterest page and watch, because she has done so many rugs, and they are all absolutely exquisite, colorful, happy, meaningful, really, really good, and really, really different. So Pinterest, Sunny Andress, and again, that was call number 7. and that was Portrait of Sir Francis Bacon. So cute, like an old tavern sign, right? All right, let's see. I forget what the camel face saying was, Mom. I forget that one. All right. Next call, number 36. Number 36. It looks like this. See you later. Oops, sorry. See you later. This one's really different. By Nancy Smith in Lincoln, Nebraska. See you later. Nancy Smith is an interior designer and a rug hooking artist. She creates her rug hooked artwork with whimsical tone in a primitive style. She defines primitive as inspired in part by the intuitive balancing between exaggeration and minimization, as seen in children's drawings. Scale is distorted. A cat may be huge relative to a house. She says, see my blog on scale with Lego characters at the Mall of America. Interesting. I'll give you that info in a second. Nancy says she never tries to make figures, humans, or animals realistically. And her site is called Art in the Center. And this is a WordPress page. So WordPress is one of the blog hosts. Art in the Center, WordPress. And then it's 2010, 12/16, if you're looking for this particular image, Hooking Fine Art Authentically American. But it's Nancy Smith, and the piece is called See You Later. So that will certainly pull up her blog post. That is just so different, isn't it? It has like really sort of ethnic overtones, but it does have that cat's paw or cave facet background too. Really different, really beautiful. When you make an awful face and it freezes, you're stuck with it for life. Oh, I do remember that one. I do remember that one. I tried it a lot. But, yeah, maybe did it happen? Might have happened. I always thought it didn't, but maybe it did. All right, I think we're here. So next call, number 10. Number 10. And this is what it looks like. Here lies the body of Mary Bent. She kicked up her heels and away she went. That is so different, isn't it? So that is number 10, Mary Bent. This is by Primitives, by the Light of the Moon. I forgot to write other things down about this one. Did I or did I? Yeah, there's two similar ones on your, you might see another one that looks similar to this, but it's not quite the same. So I have different commentary on that. But this is by Primitives by the Light of the Moon. That's the name of the company who did this. And you can find this at, it's a blog spot, Primitives by the Light of the Moon. This particular entry is in 2014, 04, so January, February, so April 04. You'd be able to find this. Thanks, Mom. Oh no, you got booted, you're back. So that was call number 10. Let's see what's next. Okay. Oh, I know this one. Call number 52. 52. This, I wish I had a better image for this. This was a tough one to find. Thank you. This is a, let me get you in focus first. It's a little bit out of focus to begin with. This is a Happy DeFranza image. This has a lot of text, but it's a very, very different rug. So let's see, number 52, hooked by L. Bohle or Bohle, B-O-E-H-L-E. The only reason I knew who the designer was because I know, I've met Happy DeFranza and I know her designs. It's a really unusual, she's from Massachusetts. She's on Cape May, right above Boston. God put me on earth to hook a certain number of rugs. Right now, I'm so far behind, I will never die. That's, oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, please give us a thumbs up if you are on, and cheers, my dears. But that's a really cute sentiment. I've seen this hooked a few times. I couldn't find the pattern once I got looking for it, but it is certainly a Happy DeFranza pattern. That's D-I-F-R-A-N-Z-A if you're interested. I know you can find it because I think it's, I'll have to check. It's in another piece of commentary for another call. But I think it's Green Mountain Rugs that has her stuff right now. I'll confirm that with the next call. All right. Next call, number 49. Number 49 looks like this. It's a round rug. Many hands make light work. Thanks. So that's almost like a rebus. Isn't it a rebus when you use pictures to show? Yeah. Yeah. Many hands. That's really well done, too. Make Light Work by Austin T. Well, it says, no, there's not a by here. So it's Austin T. Miller's. The photograph comes from an American Antiques Gallery. So it comes from that page. Celebrating America with a charming hooked rug from Barbara Johnson collection. It's called Many Hands Make Light Work. So Barbara Johnson is the designer. But it showed up on the Austin T. Miller American Antiques Inc. page. So if you'd like to find it, you can maybe track it down that way. Really sweet design. Little ring on there. It looks like two little gloved hands, but very, very dainty. Really nice composition. But what I really like about this composition is the cursive. We hardly ever see cursive anymore. Yeah, like hands to work, hearts to God, exactly. This is, yeah, just a little bit different. I like how they have that ruffle on the bottom of them. It doesn't look like severed hands, you know. It looks like little gloved hands, very dainty. Very sweet. I wonder how you all are doing if you're getting lots of these calls, getting lots of X's on your sheets. All right. Next call, number 2. Number 2. Looks like this. Rooster today, feather duster tomorrow. You know, I really liked this one. I stretched it out a little bit in terms of width to make it fit. But I really liked the sentiment. This is obviously very, very folky, the old lady with the rolling pin. It has that real fractal look, that Pennsylvania Dutch look. If you look at the text on this piece, it is really exquisite. Really exquisite. When you're struggling with what to do for a border, you think of something like this. They left the two top corners kind of just a checkerboard, just blank, and then the little feather duster in the bottom to balance out the text, because the text was going to be uneven no matter how you cut it. It's just a great composition. It's almost like an equally balanced composition. It has that Tommy DePaolo, you know, that children's book artist, that kind of feel to it. But I looked up the saying because I really loved it, and I had never heard this saying before. And like it's one of these, not proverbs, but it's one of these old-timey sayings that implies, you know, you're doing well tomorrow, but you don't know what the future's going to bring. You know, you hope that it's going to be good, but you don't know for sure what's happening tomorrow. So you could be a feather duster tomorrow. Super useful today, but maybe not so much tomorrow. I thought it was a really funny one. I'd never heard that before. Really sweet. All right. Next call, number 24. Number 24. Thanks. All right, looks like this. This is really different too. You love it, Wendy, huh? Men Coffee Chocolate, the richer the better. So this is number 24. This is called Rich Man, printed on linen. The man in this pattern was designed by Pris Butler. Various cuts and sizes were used for this pattern. Hooked by Ingrid Hieronymus, and it's for sale at www.rughookingHome.com. So rughookingHome.com. So again, this is Rich Man, and it was designed by Pris Butler, and it was hooked by Ingrid Hieronymus, who also has that great web shop, Ragtime, T with a Y-M-E, where she sells lots of sets of the Pro-Chem colors for different seasons, like a summer or a spring. Really different, beautiful swatch cards, very useful for dyers. She does a lot of beautiful work, but I'm often on that site looking at the dyes. So that was number 20, what was that, 24? 24. All right, next call. All right, well, I recognize this one, number 56. Next call. This is the Coffee Time rug. That I put out, I think last month. I'm trying to do one kit every month that's not expensive, that you can use either noodles or I kit it out for you, and just something easy and fast and fun. I did Coffee Time, trying to get you in focus here. I did Coffee Time for our Coffee Time episodes in the mornings. It's not coming into focus, but I'm sure you've seen this. It's just a little mat, there we go, to rest your coffee cup, and each one I made was completely different that I sent out. A lot of people just got the transfer pattern or did it with their own worms, but one of these easy hit or miss designs. So I put this one out under my brand, which is Ribbon Candy Hooking, and that was for last month or the month before, because then last month I did our carrot, right, with the two bunnies and the big carrot. I should do another one for this month. I haven't even thought about that yet, but that was Coffee Time. Yes, please like, subscribe. It really helps our channel out. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we have more videos. People are often writing and saying, I missed this video, or posting on Facebook, oh, I missed that. I wish I knew about that. I just saw the post today. Well, if you subscribe and you hit the bell, you don't miss the post because you get an alert that something's coming up. So more and more often, I'm going to be doing videos with my phone in other places just because it's summer and things are loosening up a bit. So I will in the future be doing a lot more things where I say I'm going live in such and such a store or such and such a museum in 2 hours. And it'll be really good to have the subscription if you want to follow and see what's going on live. So next call, number 47. Number 47 looks like this. Let me bring it in a little bit better than that. There we go. Yeah, this is a tricky one. The text-wise, that's small text. But man, that came out great. Number 40, what did I say? 47. So Accordion, oh, I see. Accordion Memories by Michelle Wise. This was done in Jewel Marie's class. And when I was young, my father told me the accordion sounds like an instrument. I took lessons for 5 years. Every time I practiced, the dog would howl, the doors to my room would slam shut. I made the border out of pieces of the accordion. My family made up headlines which state that Midge plays the accordion, audience leaves. Oh, that's so sad. This was done after I begged to play for relatives, and when I came into the room to play, they were all gone. They were outside looking in the window and laughing. The headline showed up at the, and then it got cut off. Midge plays accordion, audience leaves. That's actually so sad. I didn't really look at that. That's quite sad. How bad could it have been? How bad could it have been? That's so sad. Michelle, I'm so sorry. I absolutely love this composition. This is so different. A very uneven border here. We were talking about this week with Sharon Johnston's work, Judy Taylor's new book, Breaking the Boundaries, talking a lot about uneven borders. Beautiful border with piano keys, sort of mixed graphics, musical, staff and bar with notes, and the accordion on the ground. That's a story rug, right? That's a real story rug. The story makes me a bit sad. I'm sorry that happened to you, and I bet your accordion playing was beautiful. Every time I hear accordion playing, it reminds me of Paris, and it doesn't matter what the song is. It doesn't have to be Under Paris Skies. It doesn't even have to be a song. It's just a beautiful instrument, and it makes a beautiful sound. Aww. And it's better than the drums, right? All right. Next call, number 9. Number 9. The House That Flax Built. Looks like this. Yeah, Elaine, I love the border too. That was so different. That composition of Michelle's with the accordion, it was like the border was really striking. The uneven, edge was really striking. And having that door just kind of placed in the middle of a landscape with lots of hills and levels behind it, lots of layers. Super interesting. It almost looks like a music video, like a very cool, hip music video. Such an unusual composition. So I guess they thought it was a joke to run outside and look in the window. That is a bit sad. The House That Flax Built. So let's see. This is number 9. This came off the Kitchener Waterloo Rug Hooking Guild. I looked up, I'm not seeing all my text here, I must have screwed something up, but I looked up this house that Flax built. I forgot the guy's name, but this is actually in Canada. It's a historic house. And it was built, it's actually called a castle, and it's open for touring. It seems like it's open for touring now even. If you know more about it, please add to the comments, because I forgot, I was reading a bit about this guy. He made his money in flax. So he was able to build this beautiful castle in Canada. I mean, it's a private house, but now it's open for tours, and it seems to be a big deal. It seemed like there were a lot of events going on and stuff, but it looked like it was going up for sale for a while, but then the most recent news looked like it was open for tours, so hopefully it's one of those historic properties that was saved. But the House that Flax Built, number 9. Moving along. Let's see. Number 31. Number 31. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to come right back to you. I'm just going to pull open another document, because I feel like I'm missing some of my commentary and it's making me fairly unhappy. I did a lot of extra commentary. Let's see. I'm going to pull from my um, I'm going to pull from my document because I feel like I know I'm looking down instead of looking at you. I feel like I put more text into some of these. So hang on a second while I struggle with the computer. Number 39. Let's see. All right. I'm sorry, it's 31. It's 31. I'm sorry. 31, Michelle Palmer. There we go. So it looks like this. Oh, let me get you back too. Let me put you small. There we go. I'm getting there. I'm getting better at this computer thing. No, not really. There we go. So this is Michelle Palmer. I know so many of you know Michelle Palmer's work from her Etsy shop, which is over the top fantastic. This is Michelle Palmer. I love you to the moon and back. Yeah, her Etsy store is legendary. She's also got a blog spot, michellepalmerart.blogspot.com. So that's easy to find. But certainly if you Google Etsy Michelle Palmer, you will see pages and pages of her original work, designs, patterns, supplies. I mean, she is just over the top fantastic. So Michelle Palmer. All right, let's see who's next. All right, number 45. Number 45 looks like this. Let me bring you back. Thanks. 45, here we go. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. This is really a nice one, isn't it? Hooked and designed by Marjorie Duizer, D-U-I-Z-E-R. Really, really exceptional, isn't it? Really nice composition. I think people who are rug hookers automatically are, it's like ingrained to absolutely love sheep in a composition, right? Oh, have you? Kirsten, did you do I Love You to the Moon and Back? Oh, that is so nice. That is really nice. It's a beautiful design. We see her, Michelle Palmer's designs almost every time we do a live show. Just because number one, she has so many, and number two, they're all great. They're all strong. None of them are like weak or, they all are beautiful and they're intended to come out beautiful. So if you don't know her, you should certainly look her up. This is another beauty. Peace on Earth, Marjorie Duizer. This came off Wanda Works in WIARTON. It's a blog spot. Now, I went on to Wanda Works. She does all her dye colors too, the magic carpet dyes, totally different line of dyes. I hardly ever talk about them, and they are glorious and gorgeous. But I went on her site, and I actually joined her blog. There was another thing that you could join. I'm forgetting off the top of my head what it was called, but I joined everything that I could join on Wanda Works page. And it was one of those things you had to wait to be accepted for. And then I was accepted. I got the email right before I started the show. So that's exciting. She does so much products, projects, ongoing, overarching things happening. It's a great site to be looking at and following. Okay, next call, number 59. Number 59. I'm going to pull this up on here because I think I put some commentary in it. Let's see. 59. Nope. So this one looks like, wait a minute, let me pull you back. Sorry, thank you. This one looks like this. Hang 10. That's super distinctive, isn't it? Now this is one of these different ones, right? This is not a hooked rug. This is actually a latch rug. And it's obviously called Hang 10. It's available, right? Latch hook is different than rug hooking or punch needle or locker hooking. Latch hook is the one that has the toggle. It has the hook with the handle with the toggle that you kind of put your pre-cut piece and you pull it through and the toggle pulls it through a much more open and stiff mesh backing. It was very popular in the 70s. But this is actually a latch design, Hang 10, and it's available at crafthoot, HOOT.com. It's called Hang 10. It's $53.99 if you're looking for a latch project. I had to look up because I've heard the expression Hang 10 before, and I didn't know what it meant. So I had to look it up, and you probably know this, as I have never surfed in my life, and I don't think I ever will, judging from the amount of sharks that take huge bites out of surfboards and people. But it means that when you're on the surfboard, you hang all 10 of your toes over the edge of the surfboard. So you're hanging your 10 toes over. Interesting. Didn't know that, now I know. It could have meant anything. But yeah, it's very literal. All right, next call, number 51. Number 51, another beautiful Hutchinson rug. You know, when we talk about the Hutchinsons, do you remember from the days that we looked at them on Coffee Time, this designing couple? They were so big into firemen. That was one of their great motifs. There was quite a few subjects that they tackled on a regular basis, but certainly firemen was one of them. I think the romance of a man in a uniform saving women from, particularly women like this, from deadly fires and carrying them down, very heroic, very romantic. It had a lot of potential. Always save the women first, it said. But I don't remember from reading that great Hutchinson book that came out. There's only one, so it can't be confused. The one that I covered in Coffee Time. But I don't remember if there's a particular reason why the Hutchinsons were so fond of firemen, or if it was just sort of a romantic thing. But they do a lot of fireman rugs, and this is one of them. This is an adaptation hooked by Lauren from Rugs and Pugs. And again, this is probably, because it's a Hutchinson rug, it might be, I don't know that it is, I just know that it's hooked by her from Pugs and Rugs, or Rugs and Pugs. It might be a Janet Connor, because on her site she has a lot of the Hutchinsons available for hooking as patterns, so could be that. Next call. Number 3. Number 3. Now let's see. I'm going to pull up my document 2 and see if I have something extra written. I did some extra writing that got cut off, of course. Let's see. No. Maybe, let's see. Well, I'm going to show you the rug first. Designed and hooked by Sunny Andress again. Sunny, I just love, love, love her work. I'm so happy I found her in 2020. Let's see. Sunny Andress. Let me make sure that's in focus first. Ooh, right over her face. I'm sorry about that. I got a lot of Scotch tape in the mix here. I stretched this one a little bit too. So this is called Haven't We Met Somewhere Before? Designed and hooked by Sunny, 2020. Started as an idea for a small piece featuring a 1500s fashion. She made it larger, and after hooking the lady's face, she decided that she had a decidedly whimsical expression rather than the original serious look. What was amusing her? The ancient gargoyle face I'd saved in my mind. With that, the piece is whimsical and funny, just the way I like to design. Oops. So let's look at that again. Oh, I see. The gargoyle face is off to the side in profile. That strip across it is Scotch tape from being on the Wheel of Fortune there. But that is really beautiful. This almost looks like a Dutch piece. I feel like I've seen this at the Rijksmuseum or something. But that's certainly a Dutch costume. Really pretty. You know, when you hook stuff like this, I just want to remind you, in most cases, when the artist has been dead 100 years, it is copyright free. So if you go to a museum and you see things like Sunny did, beautiful paintings, people with historic costumes on from years gone by, it is perfectly within the possibility, within copyright everything, that you hook something like that. That is perfectly fine. If you're in question, always check artists' rights or any of the art sites online that tell you which images the families have maintained. But certainly something from the 16th century is not going to be one of those things. Beautiful rug. Don't forget to look at Sunny's Pinterest page, because you will see a lot of things you've never seen before. And they are all beautiful. Next call, number 1. Number 1. Now this is a cute one. Let me get this in focus first. Hold on one sec. All right. Let me see if I wrote anything extra for number 1. Okay, this is from Skinner, like the website Skinner. They're auctioneers, right? A big one. Wool and cotton, father of this country. Figural hook rug, early 20th century, depicting George Washington, of course, holding the reins of a leaping white horse with a cherry tree in the upper corner. Now, of course, every time we see the cherry tree with George Washington, we think of the I cannot tell a lie thing. This was estimated between 300 and 500. It doesn't say what it actually sold for. I looked up this story because I'd heard so many times as a former tour guide that this was not a true story. So I looked up the details of it, and it confirmed, I don't know if it was the Mount Vernon site or one of the sites about Washington. Ironically, this iconic story about the value of honesty was invented by one of Washington's first biographers, who was an itinerant minister and a bookseller, and his name was Mason Locke Weems. And after Washington's death in 1799, people were anxious to learn more about him, and Weems was ready to supply the demand. So he explained to a publisher in January 1800, the Washington you know is gone. Millions of people were scrambling for more information, and of course, biographers will make up these stories that sort of support the integrity and the character of the person, but that are not true at all. This is a very common thing at this time. But he actually made up the story about the cherry tree myth. And the story wasn't even printed in the original printing of the book. It was printed in the 5th edition, which came out in 1806. So it wasn't even like it was right there when the book first came out. It was a story that took a while to add. They must have needed a bit more text, but not a true story. It doesn't mean that Washington wasn't a great guy. It just means he didn't cut down his father's cherry tree. All right, here's another very famous guy. Next call, number 27. Number 27. I'm going to pull it up in both places just in case I wrote something brilliant. Let's see, let me show this to you. And it's this guy, Shakespeare. Look at all the text in this.
Ask Linda.
Yep.
Linda B. commented she missed a number. I think it was number 3.
Oh, Linda, did you miss a number?
I think it was number 3.
Okay.
Should have been, but.
Ooh, they're all scattered on the floor right now. Number 3 was the costume. Yeah? Okay, you got it? All right, so this was number 27, so I need 27, and the rug is Shakespeare. Look at the amount of text on this rug. That is really an extraordinary amount of work. So this is called Speaking Shakespeare. It's a number 2 to a number 6 cut, so very, very fine to a medium, on monk's cloth designed by Marion Hall and Ellen Banker, and hooked by Marion Hall, who's in Westchester, Pennsylvania, in 2017. This rug was featured in Celebration number 2, and this came from Rug Hooking magazine. So you'll be able to see this on their page, from our speakers, and it's called, again, Speaking Shakespeare, and it's in the 2018 category. So if you subscribe to Rug Hooking magazine, or you just go on to check out this image, this will be in 2018, Speaking Shakespeare. Oh, before number 3. Yikes.
45.
45?
Peace on Earth.
Peace on Earth. Thanks, Jay. Jay's checking back. 45 came before 3. All right, next call. All right. Next call. Number 6. Number 6. Looks like this. Yours is probably cropped, but it looks like this because this is a big image. Unnamed. This rug is attributed to the Hutchinsons. So very unlike any that I've seen before. I don't know, hard to say. I would certainly not be the person to guess, but this is completely unlike all of their rugs. It's subject and everything. This appeared on the website called liveauctioneers.com. So of course this is another bidding auction online website. Attributed to the Hutchinsons, New York City, 1940s, featuring the verse, "First a maid and then a widow, married for a brief short span. I rest in weeds beneath a willow, nigh adamant to other men." It's mounted too, meaning it's on a frame. The estimate was $800 and it sold for $1,200. So that would be super low for Hutchinson. I don't know. I have no information on this. And of course, like the ladies who wrote the book on the Hutchinsons would be the ones I think that would know. It is just so unlike everything. Okay, Jay, you got it. So that was number 60, Home Sweet Home. But it is unnamed because it is an older rug. It is really pretty. Do you see the detail under the tree? of the woman with some animals, a dog and maybe a sheep right beside her. That really is so pretty. I don't know. I am the wrong person, of course, and I shouldn't even say it, but I get the feeling a lot of rugs with text are attributed to the Hutchinsons, and they were so nichey in what they did. Their subjects were so nichey. They never went outside the niche, unless they were being sarcastic, you know. And that one's pretty straightforward. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't sell for much, so I don't know. Maybe we will find out at some point, but it is an unsigned rug. Home sweet home. Next call, oh, I think it's probably right up here. Number 28. Number 28, it's a purse. A real pretty one, too. Thank you. This site has a lot of purses. So this is called Lone Star State, so Texas. It's funny, I was right behind, when we were driving home from the restaurant, I was right behind a Texas car the whole way, and I thought, man, you had a long ride getting to Connecticut. The Lone Star State, celebrating state symbols of Texas. The Lone Star State tote bag is a large shopper-style tote. The pattern is 19 by 32. Talks about the seams. This is from Holly Hill Designs, Holly Hill, Hill Designs. And again, I looked up their website. It was absolutely beautiful. There were tons of patterns for totes. Oh, did I read off number 6? Did I read off number 6?
Unnamed for the Hutchinson, you read off 6.
Yeah.
Was that not it?
Was that not 6? Oh, it was 60. It was 60. Thank you, Christine. Okay. So, did I read off 6?
You read off 6.
Okay.
Unnamed Hutchinson.
So, I'm going to redo the commentary for this one. It doesn't change the call. The call is still 60. Okay, so this maybe makes more sense. This makes more sense. So take back all of that I said. I was reading the wrong clue. The call is the same. That has not changed. No new call. But this image, not a Hutchinson image, now it makes sense. This is actually from the This Old House website. Remember Bob Vila? This Old House. It's from their website. They occasionally do histories, fun facts in history, and they did this one at one point. It was under the flooring category because they were talking about rugs. But this is from the This Old House website. So number 60. Now it's making more sense. I was thinking this cannot be a Hutchinson rug. Now I'm curious to see which one might be a Hutchinson rug. That'll be later, I guess. Thanks, Christine. I don't know how you caught that. I missed that, but thank you so much. All right, next call, number 44. Number 44. This is another one like the sepia postcard. Let's see if it's the same guy. This is extraordinary. So it's not the same maker. This is amazing. My Grandmother's Diary. This is from Rug Hooking Magazine, Celebration, Hall of Fame Rugs. This is done by Trish Johnston of Toronto, 2002, featured in Celebration number 13. And this is called, no, I don't think I've called number 6, right?
No.
No, I just read the wrong commentary.
You read the wrong one.
Yeah, I read the wrong one. Did not call number 6, just called number 60 and read the wrong commentary. So no, not yet.
Yeah.
So this is My Grandmother's Diary. She said, my grandmother lived on Machiaseal Island near Grand Manan. Her father was a lighthouse keeper. She met my grandfather, Jim Balmer, the captain of the Crayola, which was a schooner, when he arrived to load coal. Jim Balmer stayed for a couple days, and when he left, my grandmother wrote in her diary, and that ends the Crayola and Captain Balmer at Machiaseal Island. Later, she corrected her entry. That does not end Captain Balmer in Machiaseal Island. She married him, and they had 3 daughters. My mother was one of them. I went to Machiaseal Island in the summer of 2000, and that was written in the Celebration Hall of Fame 2018. And again, this is by Trish Johnson. I'll show you one more time. This is another beautiful, I'm okay, postcard rug with lots of text. I mean, isn't that something? You know, it looks like a postcard. It doesn't have the postmark. I guess it's just the way that it's framed. Could be from an old postcard. That's another great source of inspiration when you're looking for things to do to hook. These old postcards are often completely copyright free. The images are old. You know, a lot of times with advertising, postcards included, the people who did the designs or did the art were paid for the job, and that was it. There weren't rights and that sort of thing associated with it. It was like a job that you got paid for, and you were very happy to get paid. So a lot of these things are not associated to rights and copyrights and patents and things like that. And that's why many postcards are up for grabs, partly because of their age and partly because they're just not copyrighted, and they never were. So it looks like we're getting there. It looks like we have a lot fewer. How are you all doing? Are you getting a lot of cross-offs on your cards? All right, let's see. Next call. Number 46. Number 46. Seeds of love. Seeds of love. Sowing the seeds. Birds and the bees. Do you remember that Tears for Fears song? Seeds of love. Number 46. The Lady in Yellow, also called Seeds of Love. Cut wool and cotton on monk's cloth, adapted from a painting by Sherry Lynn Ray, R-A-Y, and hooked by Lindy, Linday, Anthony, in Tampa, Florida in 2011. And this was in Rug Hooking magazine articles, The Making of the Lady in Yellow. And she writes, Linday writes, my Seeds of Love rug is an adaptation of original artwork on the cover of a family cookbook entitled Seeds of Love, a tasty tanner tradition by Sherry Lynn Ray. Sherry is a 6th-generation Florida native who wrote the book and painted the cover artwork using a photograph of her great-great-grandmother, Sylvia Creedy Tanner, as an inspiration. The project is distinctly personal to me as well, since the hardworking lady in yellow is also the grandmother of my husband, Larry Anthony. The very ground in which she works and the house in the background is located just across the street from my home on Tanner Road in Tampa. The Tanner family is designated as one of the original 22 pioneer families to settle eastern Hillsborough County, dating to the late 1800s. We currently claim 13 family households on the original acreage purchased from the railroad. How cool is that?
Cool.
That's so cool. Seeds of love. Everything about this is symbolic and meaningful. Right? This is just what a rug should be. Beautiful landscape in the background too, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Every part of that is meaningful. I just love that. I know, Mom, you used to go searching for postcards everywhere we went. You've got some beauties. You should hook some of them. You should punch some of them, right? You really should. Beautiful images. All right, next call, number 5. Number 5. This one's real pretty. Thanks. Let's see. This is what it looks like. Sorry, my finger's always right there. Really beautiful. Kaleidoscopic Scope Eyes by Lucy Walsh. And this is from Pinterest. So if you want to check out Lucy Walsh's work, check out her Pinterest page. This was done in 2011. Let me see. Let me read the text. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees. Okay, I get where it's going.
Lucy did it, right?
Oh, and
Lucy in
Lucy
the
did
Sky.
it. Lucy in the Sky. I totally didn't get that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. Lucy in the Sky with diamonds, with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. We get it back in focus. I want you to see the character too. Somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly. It's the girl with kaleidoscope eyes. And underneath her is the guy in the boat, in the rowboat. You know, that is really beautiful. It all makes sense now because it does have a tangerine sky. It's like an orange sky. That is so funny. I didn't get that the first time around.
Lucy.
What is wrong with me? I'm a huge Beatles fan too. You know what that reminds me of, Mom? That when, you know how sometimes you hear a song, especially when you're a kid, and you screw up the words? My mom always used to think Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds was actually Lucy in Disguise with Diamonds, which also works really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes a weird metaphor. but dressing up and not being yourself. But it's just fun. It's funny that that one came up. What's that?
Not what the Beatles were going
No,
for.
that's not what they were going for.
Yeah.
They taking a lot of drugs, I think, and just writing crazy psychedelic.
That's what it was. LSD.
Mm.
See the sky with diamonds.
That makes me like it a lot less. All right, here we go. Number 43. Number 43. This has got to be a Hutchinson rug. Come on. 43 looks like this.
Yeah.
All right. So, a wool pictorial hooked rug. Okay, so this is a Hutchinson rug for sure. New York, 1925 to 1945. The estimate was $4,000 to $6,000. That sounds right for a Hutchinson rug. It actually, the price that was realized was $6,875, and this sold at Christie's. So, what a thing when Hutchinson rugs come up. Be careful. One came up on eBay not that long ago, and it was not an original. So when you're a rug hooker, you know, and you are used to looking at older rugs, you get to know what an older rug looks like. It's easy to spot when one isn't, but sometimes people who are selling do not know the age of the rug. So you have to be careful. Obviously, Christie's knows. The man hath reached a sorry, what does that say? A sorry plight. Strange creatures haunt his dreams at night. A helping hand, a mug of beer, might ease the way to water clear. So I guess this is very like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It's a man that seems to be clutching a pillow. He's not in a good way. He's still wearing his evening clothes, and he's surrounded by, I guess, nightmares. An elephant, a winged elephant, some kind of a bird is about to attack his sideburns. There's a lizard. There's a snake on his arm. Things aren't good. Things aren't good. He might have had one too many beers. All right, let's see. Who's next? Okay, this one is underneath. There's so many calls, I have to hide some of them in the back, but it's definitely this one. Let's see what this is. There we go. Number 22. Number 22. Isn't that great? I'm gonna pull out my document for this one again. Let's see. Number 22. Now, this is obviously, if you have this one on your card, I'll show it to you again. This is like a hat tip to Rosie the Riveter, right? Let's see what I wrote. 22. Okay, so this is by Tish Murphy, Minneapolis, Minnesota. This was in Sauter Village. So it's on the Sauter Village website. Of course, that's in Ohio, the big gathering place. It's happening this year in August. If you're planning on going, I hope to go. But lots of rug shows, lots of classes, lots of people meeting, lots of vendors. So this was sautervillage.org, classes, events, special events. So you'll be able to find Tish Murphy. Again, it's called Hook It, and it looks like this. It looks like Rosie the Riveter.
What number?
Number 22. Yeah. Is it 22?
Yeah.
Okay. So what else did I write? I looked up Rosie the Riveter, right? Because we all know what she looks like, and this was so obviously a hat tip to that image. But Rosie the Riveter was actually an allegorical cultural icon of World War II. So I didn't even know that much. I thought it might have been a real person. I thought the image was actually somebody called Rosie. But it's just an allegory representing the women who worked in factories and shipyards during World War II. Many produced munitions and war supplies. These women sometimes took entirely new jobs, replacing the male workers who joined the military. So these were the women that took the places of the men. I remember this came up if you watched the series Selfridge. It came up in that when the men came home from the war and wanted to work, that particular series did a really good job of showing the sort of bad feeling there was toward a lot of the women who wanted to keep their jobs. They'd been working for years at a job, you know, going up on the ladder, and then they were supposed to give their jobs up. It was just an all-around tough situation. But anyway, that was number 22, Hook It, by Tish Murphy. So you're marking them off as we go?
Yeah, most when I can. Ones I catch.
Number 50. Number 50. I'm guessing this is a Hutchinson too. You know, you can't do it. You can't do an episode on words without using a lot of Hutchinson rugs because they are they are the masters. Let me pull you back up. When do I call bingo? Okay, so Patricia, call bingo when the entire card is blacked out. So if you call bingo, it means that you have gotten. Um, oh, you were deaf back then too, Mom, were you? If you call bingo, it means you've gotten all of the calls on the card.
Yeah.
So this is number 50. He drinks whiskey, I drink tea. Now is that fair to him or me, to he or me? Most any job, 'tis me that do it. The day will come when he will rue it. This is another great subject of the Hutchinsons, like bad marital relations, bad feeling between spouses. This is very, and considering they had such a great marriage, by all accounts, including their own, it's kind of funny. But this is one of their subjects they are always hearkening back to, 1930s era temperance themed hook drug by the Hutchinsons. Rare large folk art rug hooked on a stretcher, so it's got support now, having bust portraits of men and women with that text. This came up in live Thomaston auctions. And it doesn't say, it's a bit faded, it says. That's the only description. It doesn't say what it sold for.
Tricia said she has it, so just make sure she's got all of them.
Okay. Really?
Ask her if she's got all of them blacked out.
Okay, so.
Or just a line.
Okay, so Patricia, the whole card is blacked out? Because we usually don't hit it until we're about 5 calls out. It would be a really early one.
It's not conventional.
It's not, yeah, it's not up, down, diagonal. It's every one on the card is blacked out. I'll just wait and see because I know there's a delay. But with the math the way it is, it doesn't seem like it's possible yet to have every single one on the card. Let's wait and see what Patricia says. No pressure. I'll have a drink. But yeah, I mean, we usually call it about 4 or 5 calls out because it should be pretty neck and neck until that point, creating incredible suspense. Let's do a to be continued. I'll make another call. But yeah, the whole card, everyone has to be called. There should be more than one person with bingo at the same time, too. No, true. So we'll see what Patricia says, but I'm going to make another call. This is number 33. It looks like this. This is real familiar to me. Can I have 33? Okay, not quite yet. But Patricia, to be continued. It might yet happen. No problem. No problem. Yeah, everyone. I know it's not traditional at all. It's just so we last more than a few minutes. So God doth love a merry heart. Number 33. This is a Nancy Thomas pattern. Kira, thank you so much for using patterns from my shop, which is Ribbon Candy Hooking. I do have the rights to the Nancy Thomas patterns, and I do have tons of her patterns. There have to be at least 100 on there under different categories. She did the whole alphabet of sweets. She did calendar months. She did days of the week. She did seasons. She's done so much stuff, and she's done a lot of sort of colonial costume history type characters, particularly colonial period. And Kira, you hooked one. You hooked the one with the tavern. This is a different one. God doth love a merry heart. And I just love these, being a person who loves history as much as I do. You are not dumb, Patricia. And also Schmetz Pets is another line that I carry with all of the animals drinking tea, drinking wine, in the bath, getting massages, on the toilet. Honestly, lots. But they do just about every breed of dog and cat. So lots of different lines. At ribboncandyhooking.com, I'm making a shameless plug for myself. Patricia, you are not a ding-dong or a dum-dum at all. This is just your first time playing bingo, and I'm very happy that you're there. Keeping things lively, keeping me on my toes. I thought maybe I did this weird combo. Nothing's impossible, right? It happens. Thank you, Kira. The Nancy Thomas patterns are great. Martha, I don't know if you're on tonight. I don't see you. Martha's been hooking a few of the Nancy Thomases, too. They're complicated to hook. I'm not going to lie. They're tough patterns. Because they come from a painting, straight from a painting. I did my best to keep all her lines and shadows and shading in because that was part of the contract and the agreement, that they look just like the painting. So I'm not interpreting them myself. But for that reason, they're hard to hook. And Kira, yours was amazing. You did an amazing job. All the ones I've seen so far have been absolutely exquisite. Way better than I could have done, that's for sure. Next call, number 7. Number 7. What's up? Number Do you not have number 7?
Yeah, but that was the Sir Francis Bacon.
Oh, I'm sorry, number 37. I'm sorry, my finger was over the 3. Number 37.
That's better. We can do that one.
I'm sorry. I just scared Jay. Number 37. This is going to make a lot more sense. Okay, let me bring it in focus first so you can see this. There we go. Look at that. You see my fingers, my fingers over the 3. Number 37, My Epitaph, by Kathy Henning, Henning. And it says, it's a bad day if all I have to do is housework. I don't have many bad days. And it's actually from her blog. It's so sweet. Her blog is fisheyerugs.blogspot.com. Fisheyerugs.blogspot.com. It's a great blog. You should be subscribing to this blog already. If you're not, make a little note on your bingo sheet. But she wrote in the blog for this that this has always been one of her favorite sayings, and she can identify with it really well. So this is just adorable, isn't it? It almost looks like Annie. You know that scene from the movie Annie, Hard Knock Life, with all the girls. I mean, it looks a bit like that. I love it, and it's a great saying. I can identify it with it too, as someone who never does housework. You all are doing good. You are on top of this game. All right, let's see. Next call. Number 39. Number 39. Oh, this is a great one. This is what it looks like. Carol, you're so sweet. Carol, I'm a bit dry, and I'm getting a bit empty. A little bit empty.
Looked. Sweet.
That's so funny, Carol. Thank you. I am a bit parched. This light is killing me. This is what this one looks like. So great. You know, we keep talking about these rugs with uneven borders. And I have to say, let me just get her in focus first, and then I can concentrate. There we go. She's back out of focus, really. Look at that. Look at the tray and the boobies. Everything is great. The bottle of wine, the cash. What is going on? She's clicking her heels in this picture. This is just, oh, hi, Lynn from Tucson. Welcome. Welcome to bingo night. A bit of a crazy night, not one of our typical commentary nights. You know, when we talk about these rugs with uneven patterns like this, I have to say, when you are struggling with a border or with your composition in general, if you add an uneven border like this, breaking the boundaries, right? Judy Taylor, Sharon Johnston, what we were talking about this week on Coffee Time. When you do an uneven border like this, that becomes part of the composition. It's a very easy device. I'm not saying that hooking the rug is easy or that it's not thoughtful or that it's not amazingly unique. I'm just saying in terms of composition, when you do a device like this, you are giving yourself such a leg up because it's going to be unique and different just because you messed with the traditional border. It's just one more thing that you can do to make your rug really stand out. So this was number 39. This is Kicking Up, thank you, Kicking Up Your Heels. Encompassing Designs, hooked by Susan Leslie. Encompassing Designs, I know I talked about this either at the last trivia night or the last bingo night, one of the great websites of all time. If you have not been on Encompassing Designs, I always do this to myself on Friday night, send people to everybody else's website, and then I make no sales over the weekend. Also check out ribboncandyhooking.com. There's always something happening. But Encompassing Designs is amazing. It's amazing. I fell in love with so many patterns, and I don't typically hook commercial patterns because of time, other people's. But these are amazing, and you have to check out Encompassing Designs. Kicking Up Your Heels by Susan Leslie, encompassingdesigns.com. This pattern on linen is $89.95, which I think is a great price. It is so different, so different. It's a beautiful website to browse, and there's great text and stuff to look at too, but that really is fun. What happens at rug school stays there, yippee. And then the two rug hooks. Makes you want to go to rug school, huh?
Sour.
Can I give it a try? Thanks. Ooh, Thimble Island, huh? That's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Next call, 58. 50. Oh, I liked this one. I got to pull up my thing. Oh, Liz. No, save your thirst for Tuesday. We're headed to the winery on Tuesday, huh? That'll be great. All right, let's see. Number 58. I just realized I had some text. So let me first bring this in focus, and then I'm going to find the text that I wrote for this. So this was a really unusual rug. I added a few at the end, so I had more. So let me pull this one up. Hang on one second. Let me try to do this without losing everything. And this rug says, thank God for the, what number was this? 58. French I took from kindergarten to 12th grade. That I hardly remember, but this I knew enough to get through this. So let's see. When I found this rug, it seemed to say, I'm pulling up another document, and it's not there. I don't know where I put my other info. That's like, oh, you know what? I do know where I put my other info. Hang on. Give me one hot second here. I put more stuff in. There it is. It seems to say Arrivée de Jacques, it looks like Cosseur. Let me see. I looked up this guy and I found him. No, that's not it. Hang on. I still have hope. Let's see. I made a there it is. So I looked this guy up. It's this rug was actually in Pook and Pook. You know, they're again like an online auction house like Sotheby's Christie's, very high end, very folk art heavy. Pook and Pook. So I looked this up, and what it said was simply that it was a French Canadian hooked rug with Native Americans greeting the Mayflower. Now I don't think that that's correct because the Mayflower traveled alone and this is two boats together. So I'm thinking this is a depiction of an earlier arrival. Many boats arrived before the Mayflower with Europeans who brought diseases, and that's the reason why the native people were so hostile toward the settlers of the Mayflower because they'd seen it before. And it didn't have good consequences. So it's actually Jacques Cartier. So the text on the thing says Arrivée de Jacques Cartier. And I looked up Jacques Cartier because I thought, what are the chances that this is a real person? It is a real person. And he's actually from outside of, quite a bit outside of Paris. If you've ever been to the village called Saint-Malo, it's famous for having an island with a bridge that dries up for much of the day. So you have to be really careful about when you're coming and going. But a beautiful beach right in the center of town. I think I'm crossing it with Mont Saint-Michel. But Saint-Malo is a beautiful fishing village with the beach right in the center of town. And yeah, I've been there a couple times. It was absolutely beautiful. This is where this guy is from, but in 1491. It's on the northeast coast of Brittany. Jacques Cartier was a respectable mariner who improved his social status in 1520 by marrying Mary Catherine de Grange, who was a very rich girl from a leading family. So he did real well for himself. He's the first European to describe the map, the Gulf of St. Lawrence and the shores of St. Lawrence River, which he named the country of Canadas after the Iroquois names, sort of mutating the Iroquois names for the two big settlements he saw at what is now Quebec City, the city of Quebec. So I thought that was interesting because this is a rug that is written in French. It came originally, I think, from the website, what is it, Sandra's, Woodland Junction. I think she posted this rug and she said, I'm stumped by the French on it. But having that name on it was a great clue, so I thought that was fun. But I really don't think it's the Mayflower. It also shows two small boats of native people going out to greet the Mayflower, which certainly didn't happen. But interesting. That rug is full of mysteries. Interesting one. All right, let's see. Next call, number 38. Number 38. See, let me come back to where you are. All right, let me get my fingers off the text. I'm sorry. I'll show you this first. Okay, so this is another, as you would guess, another encompassing designs composition. This one hooked by Christine. Doesn't say a last name, just hooked by Christine. Again, encompassing designs. And this one says, I'm going to read it not flipped. There was an old lady who swallowed a hook. She ate some burlap and wool and burped up a rug. I was waiting for a rhyme and it didn't happen. It's a very cute rug and you can see, like, there was an old lady that swallowed a fly. she's actually got the silhouette of a rug hook in her body. So that's unexpected.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Another really, what an unusual design. I love it when people, let me bring her back in focus. I love it when people scroll, like in a spiral or a labyrinth kind of thing, text from the center out. What a great device, because when you have this much text on a rug, that really is the story of the rug, isn't it? I mean, that is the motif of the rug. You've got one character, you've got beautiful blue background with lots of worms and color mutation, but then you've got this amount of text. It really is the story. And when you're reading and it forces your eye to go around almost like a carnival ride, it's a lot of fun, too.
38.
What's that?
Number 38.
That was number 38? Okay, yep, that was number 38. Hey, Susie! Happy Friday. Cheers. All right, let's see where we're at. Next call, number 4. Whew. Number 4. Oh, that's nice. All right, let me show you this first. Let me bring her in focus. Ah, that's so pretty, isn't it? In a cat's eye, all things belong to cats. Look at that black and white checkered border. Beverly, this reminds me of you. And it reminds me of all of the Mackenzie, what is it, Childs?
Mackenzie Childs.
Yeah, all of that black and white stuff that we see. Let me see if I wrote anything extra about number 4. I feel like I might have. Let's see. I wrote so much extra text. And I have so many documents open. It's just like me, right? Let's see what I wrote for 4. I'm going to tell you who it's by at least. Just take a sip and let me pull. It's funny with these things. You just hit the button a hair and it scrolls like 400 units down. Amazing. So this is In a Cat's Eye. Again, Sunny Andress. I'm so happy that I found her. I think I used 4 of her rugs tonight. So different. But this is, again, Sunny Andress. Fanciful rug from 2018. Features an old proverb and mixes ideas from many old illustrations to create this design. So that's interesting, right? I had never heard of this proverb either. Let me show it to you one more time. Oh, okay. Yep, good idea. In a cat's eye, all things belong to cats. This actually is a proverb, and I didn't know that. Cats have an incredible sense of entitlement. I mean, that goes, if you've ever had a cat, you already know that. I guess that might be part of the reasons cats have historically been so sacred to the Egyptians and to many cultures. They have such a sort of standoffish integrity about them that is so unlike a dog who's always looking for reinforcement and confirmation of love and loyalty. But yeah, one of the many proverbs. You know, that's another great thing to think about when you're hooking your own rug. Proverbs, right? Because these are up for grabs. Even older ones who the person is known, they're still going to be up for grabs if they're of a certain age. It's a fun starting point when you're designing a rug. And many of these sayings are just so funny and quirky. So this next call is going to be number 53. Number 53. Oh, this is really nice. Let me get this. I'll get you in focus again. Yep. Number 53. There we go. Bless the flowers and the weeds, my birds and bees, amen. Isn't that sweet? So number 53, a gardener's prayer rug designed by Country Stitches, hooked by Plum Run Creek. One word. Plum Run, Plumrun Creek. Plum Run Creek. And this is from the blog spot, Plum Run Creek. So another really fun one. The Gardener's Prayer. This is from the blog. What a winter. It snowed and snowed. Early this morning, we ended up with about 6 to 8 inches of heavy snow. The storm was gone by 1 p.m. I'd rather have pretty white snow than mud. Spring is going to be here before we know it. I finished this rug and listed it on eBay. It is a Country Stitches design. I'm going to have to check eBay and see if they've listed more of their rugs, because that really is. It's not, I haven't got a great image of it here, but it's a real primitive one. The beehive and the garden. That is just really, really sweet. I know there's a lot of gardeners watching too. I love that too, Susie. That was number 53. All right. Let's get more bear on our wheel here. Oh, this is an easy call. Number 41. Number 41, thank you. All right, let's see. Just Laid, number 41. Hooked by Sue Cunningham on linen. Again, a beautiful graphic black and white checkered border. In another design by Encompassing Designs. So www.encompassingdesigns.com. Hooked by Sue Cunningham on linen. This pattern is available for sale for $86.95. A great price. Now again, what a nice composition. This is a really well relaxed chicken laying on a basket of eggs that are just spilling out gray, brown, white, beautiful eggs. I like his stripy chicken legs that really mimic the border too. And I love the checks in the corners. They're a bit irregular. They're not perfectly done in the brown and the red. Look at his wings and the way the wings have been hooked. Really nice attention to color. I like the very solid sort of butter colored background. It's very vanilla and it brings the contrast of those very sharp graphic black and white squares, very sharp, in contrast to the sweet yellows and off-whites of the eggs spilling out. You've got two patterns that are really at war with each other, the black and white checks and those very, very irregular eggs spilling out. When you have that kind of contrast in any composition, you're going to hit a home run because they're fighting with each other. And the fight is what keeps your eye in the composition. It's a good thing to have something going on. Just like in a story, you couldn't write a book if there weren't a lot of things going on. Good things, bad things, challenges, there would be nothing there. And a picture is the same thing when you look at it. You've got to have things fighting against each other, whether it's subject related or color related. You need to think about that when you're planning. You want a really strong composition. All right, next call, number, it's going to be back here, number 21. Oh, I liked this one. I'm going to have to find this. Let me pull this up first. I don't want to miss showing you this because I looked this up and I wrote quite a bit on it. Let's see. Hold on one sec.
Yep.
Okay, 21. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Now this is cool. This is cool. So, let me come back to you first. I probably won't use that this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good idea.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to figure out, yeah, that works great.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a picture within a picture, like a play within a play. The woman who hooked it, I'm going to talk about her in a minute, is holding it up. And this is the rug itself. So I want to show it to you first. And I'm going to tell you about the text now. So this is done by Kay. Now, why don't I have her last name written down? Do I have it written down on the piece? Let's see. I wrote a lot down. I don't think I wrote her last name down. This is from the blog called Kay with an E. Let's see if we get there in the end. This is called the Middle Sister Blogspot.com. The Middle Sister Blogspot. And this is from 07/2012. So let's see. The text that went with that blog reads like this. We haven't seen Kay for months and months, but she has finished a rug that we last saw her working on. Her rugs always have personal meaning and significance, and this one is no exception. It represents her ancestors who were handcart pioneers and crossed the plains on foot as they came to Utah, carrying all their earthly possessions in small handcarts. It also lists the names of the pioneers' descendants. And this is a poem from the Church of Latter-day Saints, and the poem is called The Journey. So I'm going to hold this up. Can you tell me if it's in focus? I pulled up the poem on that website because it was so beautiful. Yeah, let me do this. Tell me if I've got it framed up good. The poem was so beautiful, I just want to read it to you. It's by Lisa South, and the poem is called The Journey. It's not there yet? All right. Well, the poem reads, again, The Journey. They began and rejoiced, buried tiny bodies in shallow graves, wept and began again. They entered the valley with joy, beat crickets off their vanishing crops, starved, wept, and began again. They built their homes with gladness, prepared them for burning against an approaching army, wept and began again. They endured to the end. They set the example. fighting our own crickets and armies. We weep, remember, begin again, and rejoice. That's really, really, really good. So that poem is called The Journey by Lisa South. And that is the inspiration for this rug. And you can see that the text is actually on the rug, which is pretty remarkable because it's a lot of text. But again, that came from the website for the Church of Latter-day Saints. I thought that was remarkably beautiful, so I had to read the whole thing. All right, let's see. We're going to go with number 18. Number 18. Oh, that's nice. You know, we get a lot on these text rugs, we get a lot of mottos, and a lot of them are religious. And I love that, and I hope you love that too. What God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. This is another one of these sort of proverbs. This was a rug that was sold on eBay, and the seller was Puddle Duck Primitives, and it's discussed on their blog spot. And the blog spot is called Skip to My You, E-W-E, Skip to My You, not Lou, but You, E-W-E, .blogspot.com. And again, this was sold on eBay. So no further inspiration on that because it's gone. But check out the blog spot if you want more inspiration on this rug. This is a great wedding rug or a gift for people who are getting married. What God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. And it's just a beautiful rug, them setting off on their journey, leaving the church and just getting into this little boat and taking off. Just beautiful sentiment. You know, look at this rug when you think about all the questions that I get about hooking faces. You don't have to hook a face. You know, Dion Fitzpatrick is really well known for not hooking faces. This isn't obviously one of her rugs, but I mean, it is a style, it is a choice, it is a thing, and it is perfectly viable to hook a rug where there is no face. You know, you've seen statues and things with no faces. Sometimes having a face gives you so much specific information that you're not happy with it, because any face, any features will imply personality, mood, character, different traits, and you don't always want to convey those things. So next time you're hooking a rug, if you're worried about shading the face, that you're not up to it, think about the possibility of just removing the face, even if it's a commercial pattern. Something like this, it really, for me, if there were faces in this, it would be too specific. It being anonymous the way that it is with the faceless characters is even more mysterious and beautiful. Okay, next call, number 8. Number 8. There we go. Here lies Mary Black. She went away and won't be back. 1634. So let's see. So this image came from the great company designer Lori at, well, Lori, Lori, at Not Forgotten Farm. So I'm sure you know them already. Their Etsy store is over the top unbelievable. Also the website farmhousenotforgottenblogspot.com. farmhousenotforgottenblogspot.com. And what she wrote about this piece is called Mary Black. She wrote, I was not tired at all last night, and after a full weekend of kayaking with family and friends, you'd think I would be. So I watched some mindless TV and stitched, gathered together and surrounded by threads and scraps of cupboard cloth, and just let my hands create. Growing up in Connecticut and spending lots of time in ancient graveyards there, I found the name Mary Black on a headstone. I was smitten with the name and felt as though Mary and I could have been, or perhaps we were, friends through time. The first time I used the name was back in the early 2000s when I designed Mary Black's Shoe. This is another one of her patterns. And Old Witch Mary, I have that one. It's a great Halloween pattern. I even punched this using Dear Mary's name way back in 2009 for an EHAG group, which means Eclectic Halloween Artists Group. You can be sure I'm going to be checking that out after the show. And this piece is now in a private collection. So she thinks she's going to need to make another one. But this, I think it's a beautiful beginning to a story that, as a younger girl, she would walk through cemeteries and she found the name Mary Black and really identified with it. And it stuck with her through the years. And as a result, when she sits down to design now and then, Mary Black returns to her and gives her ideas for, I don't mean to make it sound supernatural, but the idea of Mary Black gives her inspiration for doing new designs, something that recurs. What a great thing to have that kind of companion in the back of your mind that you can tap into when you need to, or when you're watching mindless TV and come up with some new designs. But that is Not Forgotten Farm. If by chance you don't know Not Forgotten Farm, you have got to look them up. They must have hundreds of designs. A lot for punch needle, miniature punch needle, Russian punch needle, same thing. They're all super, super, super beautiful. And lots of supplies. So next call, number 32. Number 32. Okay, good. Yep, sorry, I'm sorry.
You can read it just like that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Number 32. So this is another Nancy Thomas pattern. Thank you, Kira. This is another one that's on my website, ribboncandyhooking.com. Drink what you please, gentlemen. You are welcome. Sit down at your ease. Pay. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. How does that read? Gentlemen, you are welcome. Sit down at your ease. Drink what you please. Pay what you call for. How do you read this one?
See?
Yeah, I can't get the order of it. It's not instinctive. But this is.
You please, gentlemen, you are welcome. Sit down at your ease.
We're trying to figure out how it reads.
You
Usually they read really easily. That one's stumping me because it has a rhyme in it. So, yeah, we're both stumped. But it's a beautiful design. And not everybody who does these Nancy Thomases always hooks the text because it can be a bit of a bear hooking the text. But I know, Kira, you're at a crossroads with your text on yours. But I know you're going to do it, and you're going to do it perfectly. Drink what you please, gentlemen. You are welcome. Pay what you call for. Sit down. No, I can't get it.
No.
I can't get it.
No.
I don't know what's wrong with me, but I love the design. It's a beautiful historic design. One of the Nancy Thomas, one of the many colonial designs in this shop that I really love. Patricia says, I did 2 of her designs, and they're so cute. Oh, great, Patricia. I'm so glad. Which ones were they? I'm so glad. I love Nancy Thomas. I really love her. And the reason I knew who she was because I remembered that there was like a Julia Child rug. There was a cover of a book, like a cookbook. It was a Julia Child's book. And I'm kind of obsessed with her because I saw the Julia Child's exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum years ago, her kitchen. I was kind of obsessed with that. But it was so beautiful. And the rug was really beautiful, and it stuck with me. So I was very lucky to be able to make a deal with Nancy Thomas's daughter to get those patterns because I think that they hook really well, and color-wise and everything. They're super inspiring, and they're so different than the way that I draw. It's nice to have someone else's work that's that good. I mean, she's a lot better than I am, but so many designs, and they're all beautiful. I hope you check them out this weekend. There's a huge Nancy Thomas tab in my shop. All right, let's see. Next call. Ooh, that's a tough one. I think we're going straight up here to number 57. Number 57. All right. Thanks. Number 57. Let's see. Oh, isn't that amazing? Okay, so this comes from, you did the 2 kids building a snowman. I love that one. And the turkey. Very nice. Very nice. So this is number 57. This is from iloverughooking.com. Now I posted this for a reason. This was a really different find. What this is on iloverughooking.com. This is a service that they do. They will give you the text to add to your rug. So they will set it up for you so that you can add text. And it says, the advertisement on their page says, easily add names, dates, sentiments, or words to your rug patterns with a custom stencil. And add to your own designs or order your patterns with an added border to make room for that custom look. Note, double click on the font, blah, 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 blah. Custom lettering stencils are cut from heavy cardstock and reusable. They're available in 4 fonts and your choice of characters and heights. So you specify, it's like a service. You can pay them to create a stencil to put your text in or around your composition. So I had to include this because this is so different. I hadn't heard of this before. Because people do struggle with text and the right kind of text and the right kind of font, they are willing at iloverocooking.com to do this part for you. So it's a service I've never heard of. I thought, my word, isn't that a great idea? I wish I would have thought of that. But they're doing it. So you can get it there. Please note you must select the words or letters you need to purchase. So it goes by prices per letter and ranges by letter size. Punctuation and spaces are always free. So I just thought that was interesting. If that's something that you're struggling with, putting words on your border or inside your composition, you can contact them and get like an idea of what it's going to cost per letter to add that text to your rug. Something different, right? Something really different. It was the Russian style. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I have such a hard time the first time people order the Nancy Thomas rugs drawing them, because it's just, I have such a high expectation for myself for getting the drawing right. After all those years at art school, I feel like the least I can do is do a good job, right? So yeah, it's always intimidating because she had such simple but fine lines, like all artists. It looks so simple and easy, but there are so many lines in there, and they're all important to the composition. But so much fun to play with and interpret. Oh, this is number 20. Now, how different is this? Tread lightly as you go. 'Tis my dream house on show. So number 20. Now, this is so different, is it? This is a cutaway of a dollhouse, right? With a really, look at this soft border. It almost looks like watercolory Delft, sort of blue and coral flowers running around the side with the text at the bottom. It looks like an older rug. This is a folk art hooked rug. Came off the website called iCollector, the letter icollector.com. Fabulous rug has a cutaway house design showing a house interior having 2 floors, including 2 bedroom and bathrooms upstairs, a parlor, living room downstairs. Bottom border, tread lightly as you go, 'tis my dream house on show. The sides and top have flowers and birds. First half of the 20th century. Not super specific. Condition is generally very good, some edge fraying. So I don't subscribe to iCollector. You can't always see what the thing went for, and I couldn't in this case. And I do not know if this is a commercial pattern. Jay, you're right. It has to have that white paper behind it to come into focus. But I mean, this is so different, and what a great idea. Imagine if you had some kind of, you'd saved your dollhouse from growing up, or there was some special dollhouse in your family. How cool it would be to hook something like that, a picture of the dollhouse. You could just take a photo of it, trace it onto tracing paper, bring it to Staples, have them enlarge it, however you enlarge stuff, and just go for it. It would be in a completely original composition. It would be so neat. I just absolutely love that idea, right? All right, let's see. Okay, next call, number 6. Number 6. Okay, this looks like another Hutchinson rug. Do like this. That's working real well. Number 6. Unnamed. This is the one I accidentally read before, attributed to the Hutchinsons. Now this I would believe is a Hutchinson rug. That makes a lot more sense. First a maid and then a widow, married for a brief short span. I rest in weeds beneath a willow, nigh adamant to other men. Now this is the thing about Hutchinson rugs, right? When they do these serious themes, there is a bit of sarcasm in it. So yes, it is like a mourning rug, but it makes you wonder, really is it? Really unusual composition, almost a tapestry feel to it, right? You've got those really out of place green leaves that are split between 2 colors, which is a device of the 1300s to the 1500s. You don't often see this for a long span until William Morris. This kind of split leaf, very, very, very graphic. The amount of text is almost certainly makes it a Hutchinson rug, and the way that the figure looks is a lot like a Hutchinson figure, not at all realistic, very flat on purpose. But yeah, the subject, death and mourning are subjects that the Hutchinsons tackled often, but often the phrase that they would use is a little bit sarcastic. So it's hard to tell if the person is really mourning or not. It's just very hard to tell because their rugs are so humorous. You're half expecting the punchline to kick in. But that one I would fully believe is a Hutchinson rug. But without having a better attribution or having any sort of provenance, it's going to be hard to get more than $1,200 for it. It's worth $6,000 or $8,000 at least, but without the provenance, it's tough. All right. Next call. Ooh, I guess we're closest here. Number 17. Oh, that's really different. All right, let's see. Patience is a virtue. Possess it if you can. Seldom found in woman, never found in man. Number 17. This is another image from Not Forgotten Farm. So again, you can either go to their Etsy page, Not Forgotten Farm, one word, or you can go to their blog spot, which is phenomenal. farmhousenotforgottenblogspot.com. Really, really, really beautiful. You see the man, the way that they are portraying him not having any patience is because instead of staring at his watch, he's holding an hourglass with sand in it. So his wife is picking flowers in a field. The sun is shining hot and heavy right over her shoulder. She's got a kind of peppermint skirt on, really beautiful. Look at the marble cake background. All of those browns and grays swirled together. And then that almost childlike text. Very, very, very naive, really beautiful. You can see how this would work really well as a miniature punch design or a rug hooking design. But again, they do a lot with the miniature punch, also called Russian punch, very small scale. These kinds of compositions you often see people putting on the antique cutting boards and the faux antique cutting boards. Really beautiful.
What number? 17?
I think that was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, it's right on top of my drink. I should have caught it right away. Anybody getting close here? We must be getting close. Number 19. Number 19. I think this is another Hutchinson rug. Let's see. We're going to have to go on a Hutchinson binge after this. Number 19. What's the Matter, My Poor Son? This is a Hutchinson adaptation. So I was saying her name wrong. Janet O'Connor, not Janet Connor, Janet O'Connor. So this is one of the ones that she does that you can hook, that she's got the pattern ready for. Still not coming into focus. I think it's because my hand is in it. What a cruckanucka that is, huh? There we go. So this is a Janet O'Connor. So she has a beautiful website, www.jconnorhookedrugs.com. So her name is Janet O'Connor, but it's jconnorhookedrugs.com, C-O-N-N-E-R. She does a lot of these Hutchinson adaptations, so that is okay. Information still stands. So the text on this one says, "What's the matter with my poor son? A world full of women, he picks this one. Unable to churn, sew, weave, or cook, she powders her nose and reads a book." That's kind of rotten, isn't it? Pretty rotten. Yeah, that doesn't look like an old rug, does it? It looks like a beautiful new rug. Look at this beautiful lamb's tongue border with all the things she likes. Alcohol. Oh, you're 3 away, Janice. You're getting close. Chicken leg, flowers, seashells, fish. I mean, this is really so knitting, cake. I don't know what's wrong with any of that, to be honest. But a cute sentiment. Cute sentiment. Family troubles, family woes. One of the Hutchinson's great subjects. Janice is 3 away. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Number 29. Number 29. There we go. So this is Live Your Life and Forget Your Age. That's a great text. Taking an active part in community events is important to Hudson, Wisconsin residents Cindy Lindgren, owner of the Hudson House Inn, and Connie Pikarski, retired longtime elementary teacher from the local school district. A few years ago, a friend passed away from cancer, and feeling like they wanted to be part of the effort of looking for a cure, they talked with other friends about what they could do to give something back to the community. A group of women who are a dedicated group of rug hookers decided that they would like to work together on a hooked rug for a silent auction. With her blessings, Cecile Caswell offered to donate the pattern. When she learned of their story and why they were making the rug, here's the cast of hookers and contributors. Connie Pikarski hooked the background. Cindy Lindgren hooked the stars and confetti. Let me show it to you again while I'm reading this, because there's a lot of people involved in this, one of these great noble projects. Deb Johnson did the finishing work. Paulette Wensleff contributed the wool. Sharon Smith, we've done lots with Sharon Smith, hooked the hair. Pearl Gies hooked the border and letters. Ann Knudsen hooked the clothes. And Cecile Caswell is the pattern designer. How cool is that? Joan says, figured out the Nancy Thomas words order for that confusing one. Hit us, Joan, hit us. Give it to me. I could not do it. I could not do it under pressure and with wine. We could not do it combined. Could not combine to make one complete brain. You give us that text. It was puzzling, right? It wasn't easy. Ooh, okay, right here. Next call, number 11. Number 11. I just hacked that piece out of it. I'm sorry about that. This is another Hutchinson rug, Cupid's Lament. Pictorial, this came from Skinner, the auction house called Skinner. Sorry, I hacked it for those of you who don't have it. Cupid's Lament, early 20th century, depicting a couple in bed with Cupid looking on them, and the inscription reads, Cupid's Lament, bitter tears I shed for couples tucked in bed, who do not care to show some phosphorescent glow. Doesn't rhyme. I'm looking for a rhyme, and it doesn't rhyme. But this would qualify as one of their naughty rugs, right? They're looking for some phosphorescent glow. We can only assume that that's a metaphor.
She got it figured out.
She got it figured out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Joan said, okay, for the last call. So just to reiterate, that last call was number 11. It was the Hutchinson rug, Cupid's Lament. Joan says, for the earlier one, the Nancy Thomas one, gentlemen, you are welcome. Sit down at your ease. Pay what you call for. Drink what you please. Oh, now that makes sense. Why couldn't we get there? Why couldn't we get there? Thank you, Joan. Gentlemen, you are welcome. Sit down at your ease. Pay what you call for. Drink what you please.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, look, there's a cat in there, too. Thank you, Joan. That is clever. Really clever. Better than we could do sitting together.
I know.
Oh, man. Ooh, that's right in the middle. I'm going to go to the nearest one, and I'm going to call number 30. Number 30. So let's see. I'm going to speed it up a bit. This is number 30, and this is Looking for a Mate. What a great name for this piece. Come on. There we go. Looking for a Mate by Allie Strebel, Strebel. This was also in the Sauter Rug Show, right? So this is on her blog spot. Allie, A-L-I, Strebel, Strebel.blogspot.com. This was in 2014. It says, clean, single, looking for a mate. How cute is that? All the one-off socks, looking for their partners. Linda has 3 to go. Okay, number, what does that say? Wait a minute. 15. Is this number 15?
Could be. Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
25. What's the name of it? What's it look like? Sugar lump?
Yeah, sugar lump.
Yeah.
So it's 15?
15.
All right. Next call, number 15. I'm going to call it sugar. Oh, I dropped it.
Sugar lumps.
Yeah. Sugar lumps. All right. Number 15. That is super clever, right, Susie? All right. Sugar lump. This is what I was telling you before. So this came off the Wanda's website, right? The magic carpet dyes, the welcome mat. So this rug is called Sugar Lump. As sure as the vine twines round the stump, you're my darling sugar lump. Super, super, super cute. This came off of the blog spot, the welcome mat dot ning.com. Now you need authorization. This is one of Wanda's um, pages. This is one of the many. So I joined this too, and it took a few days to be accepted in. But I was, and it's called the Welcome Mat, and it's a regular newsletter for subscribers only. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to fill in the information so they're sure you're not a robot and going to post all kinds of crazy boobs and stuff like they do on my page all the time, despite Kirsten and I trying to catch as many as we can. They let you in, and then you can enjoy all that content. And because I was accepted in late in the day today, I didn't have time to enjoy all that content. But that Sugar Lumps with the two bunnies is one of the rugs that's on there, and there's constant content. So make sure that you check that out. Subscribe to everything you can subscribe to. It's all legit. It's all fine. You're going to get some beautiful stuff, beautiful emails and blogs constantly in your inbox to check out. It's really fun to look at that stuff in the morning. All right, we're getting there, huh? I got to go to the closest again. I think it must be here. What?
Yeah. I was say we respin it.
Close enough. Number 13. Number 13. Let's see. You make me thirsty. Number 13. You make me thirsty. Okay, so this is one that doesn't have a lot of info. This was listed on eBay. It's not there anymore. It's a past listing that when you pull it up, it's like broken link kind of thing. But You Make Me Thirsty, an American hooked rug. It's now on Pinterest. And again, it links back to eBay where there's no information. I saw it on 2 different Pinterest accounts, but neither of them had any information other than it was linked to the eBay rug. So it could be that it's a commercial design. It could be that it's a one-off. But in any case, so far on the internet, nobody has claimed this as their own design. If you know anything about it, please let me know. It's a beautiful design. You Make Me Thirsty. That was number 13. One left. Ooh, Joan, it's getting tense, huh? Okay, number 23. Next call, number 23. Number 23. You got one left too, huh, Kira? Okay, number 23. This is a portrait, obviously, and it's called Let's Face It. This is by Donna Harkman. This is Harkman, Dayton, Ohio. Donna is an accomplished artist, to say the least. Rug hooking is her perfect medium. She has an extensive background in the arts and designs. She loves sharing her knowledge through lectures, classes, and workshops. 6-time Rug Hooking Magazine Celebrations finalist, People's Choice Award winner at the Sauter Village Show 2010, 2011, 2012. She's been published 8 times in Rug Hooking Magazine between 2005 2011, and she teaches specialized classes and general open format classes at a variety of guilds. Okay, and groups. This came off Prairie Harvest Rug Hooking School.wordpress 2014. Donna Harkman, Let's Face It, portrait. Remember them when they cannot remember. Memory, abilities, awareness. Okay, that's a very, very moving rug.
Janice and Robin.
All right, we got bingo. We got touchdowns. So, Janice, Robin, anybody else have bingo? Is it just 2 cards? It might be that there's more cards, and I just won't know until I figure out who's not watching who won bingo. Way to go. I'm going to continue the game, but I want to say, in case you are logging off, thank you for playing. Again, please like and subscribe, share, keep the channel going. I really appreciate you doing anything you can to make these videos more visible. Love number 23, gorgeous, yearning to learn to do faces and portraits. I know, Mom, you're doing so good. You're so good with your painting. You're going to translate it into punching sooner rather than later, I'm sure. Congratulations to, now for Robin and Janice, can you tell me what card you had, what number card you had? Just so we can call that out. And in the meantime, again, card number 6. Okay, super. Super congratulations. And you will get an email later or tomorrow morning about how much the money is divided up as. Again, I think we sold about 70 tickets this time times 3. So it could be really good. Card number 6.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Yes, Sheila, it was card number 6 that
Yeah.
won this time.
Did we call 4?
Did I call 4? Jay's going to check.
It looks like it.
Okay, so
And
yes.
the cat's eye.
That was the cat's eye. That was called.
Yes.
So, Mom, card number 6. Yep. Card number 6 is the winner. And
number 4 was called, yes.
number 4 was indeed called. So congrats to the winner. I have a few more calls. I'm going to call these really fast. I'm not going to spin. I'm just going to call them in case you recognize these rugs over my shoulder. I don't want to do an injustice to the people whose rugs I used on the business cards, on the bingo cards, by not saying who the artists are. So I'm going to go to the end of the show. I would love to learn how to do people. Yeah, Susie. I'm not a great person for that. I do them so graphically. Other people are better at the full shading. But I will at some point do a class in just doing simple graphic shading. I'm going to finish these cards, again, because I've used people's artwork and I really need to say who they are. Number 25. And I'll keep my eye on the thread just in case more people win. Number 25 is right here. Well, no, nobody else can win, but I mean, someone might go, oh, crap, I have number 6, kind of thing. So, okay, so this was number 20. I'm not even going to call the number anymore, but it was number 25. And this piece was called, this was by Alice de la Plante, Home in the Wilderness, adapted by Accordion and Ives. Now, this is a beautiful compass. Look at how beautiful this is. And even the mixed coloring of the letters. Do you want to answer, Patricia?
Did you call number 31? Yeah.
This was from a website called Hooked on the Lake. Hooked on the Lake at WordPress.com. You know, these Accordion Ives images are out of copyright. There are a lot of them. They are very complicated, but super beautiful. They are fair game if you want to hook them. So, on to number 16. This one, you have 16?
Yep.
On to number 16. This looks like this. This is a funny rug. This could almost be under the epitaphs one, right? Really, I'm fine. Really.
Yes, we did call 31.
Okay, so really I'm fine. Hooked by Claudia Lampley, a purchased pattern from Wool Yankers, Yankers. So that's the company that made the pattern, and this particular image is hooked by Claudia Lampley. Really, I'm fine. All right, let's see what else we've got. Number 40.
Trisha did them also, number 40.
Oh, did you, Patricia? You won too?
Yep, she got it.
Number 40. Okay, congrats. That's 3. Super congratulations. Okay, so this was number 40, and this is Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, I Am My Mother After All. That is great. Mom, I don't mind being like you. I don't have that problem. This fun pattern can be changed to reflect you and your mother. All we need are photographs of you and Mom in these positions. Hooked by Deanna McKay. And the pattern on linen is $75.95. This is another fantastic design by Encompassing Designs. The gift that keeps on giving. Triple cherries every time, Encompassing Designs. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I am my mother after all. Number 48. I love this one. I know I showed this one before. This is just an extraordinary rug. Number 48. Let me get you in focus first. There we go. 48. Woman's Work by Sunny Andrus again. Sunny Andrus, this is her writing. Just a note to say that the Women's Work rug for you on her blog from the Shelburne Museum show this year is mine. I had such fun designing it and hooking it, adapting an old advertising from the 1920s and 1930s. My mom and aunties used to laugh at this saying how true it is. LOL, happy hooking, Sunny. This is again from Sunny's blog spot. And I got this actually from gohookit.blogspot.com. Men may work from sun to sun, but women's work is never done. Really, really pretty. All right, we're almost there. Number 34. Number 34. All right. Number 34 right here. I love this one too. Another funny one. So this is Angel of the Morning, patterned by Beverly Conway. Now this is hooked by Sylvia Gautier. Sylvia Gautier, have a Pinterest addiction, and one day pinning hooked rugs, I came across a rug that I knew I had to hook. Unfortunately, on Pinterest, not all the pictures have information on the hooker and or the designer, which is really sad. That was the case when I tried to find the designer of the rug, Angel of the Morning. I finally sent an email to the Guild in Canada where the photo was taken. The woman who answered my question thought it was hooked by Beverly Conway. Great. I had a hard time finding Beverly, but once I did, I was ecstatic. And when she sent me your book of designs to order from, I have her book of designs too because I've met her at one of the ATHA meetings, chapter number 1, the Nutmegs. She is so good. And she contributed to that book on words, hooking words. She is so good. Since this was my second rug, I had a lot to learn. For example, I'd never hooked a face or hands. Even though this is a comical rug, I still wanted it to be recognizable. I still want to take out the white steam and initials and replace it with something more muted. Oh, I see, down at the bottom. I love how, let me bring you back in focus. I love the bunnies. Okay, I like the white steam coming out of the coffee mug, and I love the bunny slippers. But, you know, Bev Conway's designs are really marked by being really comic, very cartoony, and her font is so distinctive. You know, that's what you really want when you do a font, is for your font to be very recognizable. That is the sign of success. You think a letter is a letter and a word is a word. Well, when you look at Bev Conway's designs, you really know that they're hers, number 54, immediately, or maybe 59. I think it's 54. It's this one. Yep, Mud.
Hooked by Alice.
Yeah.
59.
All right, 50.
59
No,
10,
59.
10.
Yeah, this one. Oh, no, so it's got to be 54.
59, 10,
Yep.
10.
All right, so this was 54. Not that it matters now. Oh, Joan says, I think Melissa Etheridge sang Angel of the Morning, Baby. Who was that? Was that Melissa Etheridge?
I don't know.
Da, 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 da. I feel like it was Bonnie Raitt.
I have no idea.
I don't know. We'll have to look that one up. See, that was more of an 80s song, so I don't feel like it was Melissa Etheridge, but it might have been. I definitely know that song, too.
Wasn't she
What?
early 90s, late 80s?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
She was definitely.
I guess she could have been.
Yeah,
So this is Mud Thrown is Ground Lost. Super profound. Now, what did we say this was? 49. Did we say this was 49?
Nope, 59.
Holy
Right.
mackerel. But you gave me up to 54.
All right, so 49. What
Okay.
number is it?
49. It's not. That's many hands.
No, 54 then. What's it say? Yeah, 54.
Hooked by Alice.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not 59?
59.
I can't
was-
tell.
No,
It's like
59 was
chicken
hang
scratch.
10.
Okay, so it must be 54.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mud Thrown is Ground Lost. I can't read the handwriting here at all. Hooked by Alice. Okay, so this is Ali Strebel Designs again on Pinterest. Ali, A-L-I, Strebel, S-T-R-E-B-E-L, designs.com. It's the sentiment. And you know what I wanted to say about that rug is that I cropped it. I cut it for the picture. But if you can see, she left some of the strips hanging down. Like it was messy, like it was dripping. Juice Newton, no. No, Linda, it can't be Juice Newton. No. That-
Who was Juice Newton?
Angel of the Morning,
I don't know.
baby.
Never heard it.
Of course you didn't hear it, you're too young. Anne, why are you saying 54, Anne? Oh, because that's what I said. That's the number. Okay, I'm going to stop on the wine. Only one more call. All right.
Yeah.
So this is an easy one because this is my
Oh.
rug.
Hold on.
I feel like that mud one is confusing. So this is the last rug that I'm showing you, and you know what? 54. Thanks, Patricia. Yeah, that was right. That was Ali Strebel, right?
Yeah.
So this rug I picked up. I took this photo. I picked this rug up off Facebook Marketplace.
What number?
55. Oh, and you don't need commentary. It's my rug.
Okay.
So I bought this, and it's mounted on like a stretcher frame, and it cost, I think, $100. And I was very happy to pay it. I don't know if this is a commercial design. It looks like a real old rug close up. It's quite big. It's just different. It's very sort of sepia. It's not finely done. It's graphic the way I like to see things done. Two's Company, Three's a Crowd. I just think it's cool. And I own this. Okay, Linda, you're right. It's Juice Newton. I am outvoted, and I know you know. You have the internet behind you. Yeah, no, so in the 80s, it was already a remake, right? It was already a remake. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But who sang it in the 80s? That's my question. Who sang it in the 80s? Because I know that Merrill Rush in 68. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Couldn't tell
Maybe
you.
it is Melissa Etheridge. I felt like it was Bonnie Raitt or...
She's country, no?
No, she's country, but she did a lot of ballads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go... I'm going to assume the version I know is Juice Newton. I love the Owls, too. I might sell it at some point because I'm just rugged up the yin-yang, and there's nowhere to hang them anymore. But I can't pass up a good old rug, so... Anyway, again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever. Keep the channel going. No, you're not, Sheila. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're excellent at music trivia. You're not old. It's totally different. It was a great night. Happy bingo night, everybody. Happy Friday. It was great to be with you tonight. We do our bingo for those of you who are joining us for the first time for a game night. We do our bingo once a month, and typically I do a trivia night 2 weeks into the middle of the month. So every other week we have a game-related night where we can interact a bit more, and every other Friday is a commentary night where I do a couple hours of commentary on a specific subject, a bit more detailed than a normal coffee time. So I hope that was fun for you. Kira, I cannot thank you enough for putting this together. I would never have been able to get through this. I did not MetLife Rush like the band Rush. Thank you, Dan. Oh, you are so, Kira, thank you so much. Everybody, again, thank Kira. This was her project tonight. She did all of this commentary and text for me, and I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Congratulations to the winners on card number 6.
Yeah.
I will be back to you on Monday for coffee time at our new time, which is noon, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this channel, the Ribbon Candy Hooking channel. Thanks, Linda. It was a very fun night. Super congrats to the winners, and those of you who won, you will know certainly by the morning what the amount was, because people were buying cards right up until cocktail time started tonight. So I'll have to get a final and finite tally. But have a wonderful weekend. Happy weekend, everybody. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, everybody who's watching. And I will see you Monday at coffee time, noon Eastern Standard Time. Take care. I give it 10 seconds.